The following workshops are held on a regular basis at the DLA Training Center.
As I continue on with this 10-week series on why the average salesperson only sells 10 to 12 cars per month, I want to focus today on what I call the meet and greet obstacles. The value of first impressions in our business cannot be underestimated. The initial perception that customers have of our staff and dealership is as important as any part of this business. In the same way, correctly discerning the customer's behavior at this time is also very important. Understanding that customers often come to us with a defensive posture and their own agenda already in place is not enough. Knowing how to handle these during the initial meet and greet can make a big difference in their willingness to cooperate with our process and eventually make the purchase. What does it mean when a customer first response to your introduction is, "We're just looking," or "I just want to get a brochure," or even more telling, "What is your best price on that car over there?" How you deal with these initial obstacles will set the pace for whether your customer will eventually open up and let you do your job, or will struggle with you and never release their defensive posture so you can help them. Learning how to overcome such obstacles without becoming combative or making your customer even more defensive is not easy, especially if you do not already have a game plan in your head by which you operate. But if you already anticipate the possibility of this response, you can be ready to overcome it in a way that eases your customer's anxiety and opens them up for an effective sales presentation. First of all, it is important to understand why customers make these types of statements. It is because they're very defensive and want to protect themselves from someone who may try to take advantage of them. By being defensive, they feel they can control the process and avoid being sold something they do not want or that is not worth the price we are asking. Secondly, realizing that most salespeople will respond to these in such a way as to reinforce the customer's fear and anxiety, this can be your opportunity to be unique and different from your competition. By understanding what the old school training teaches about this, we can understand how other salespeople may already have responded. By being unique and different, we can extinguish their fears and inspire the customer to allow us to go forward with a unique and inspiring sales presentation. So how do we answer these particular obstacles? How do we respond when the customer says they're just looking, that they only want a brochure, or the lowest price on a specific vehicle? What is it that we're trying to accomplish with our answers to the customer? The first thing we want to do is lower the customer's defensive posture with what we say to them and make them feel comfortable to work with us. Our second goal is to successfully move the customer to the next step in the sales process, which is the qualification and inventory walk. When a customer states that they are just looking, my unique response would be, "So, does that mean you do not have to purchase a car today?" Most customers at this point would give some form of "no, not today" as their answer. This is because no is an easy answer for anyone, and it gives the customer an out if they later want to escape from a pressured sales environment. My unique response then is, "Great, since you don't have to make a decision today, that takes all the pressure off of me. I'd be happy to show you all the cars we have in stock. Why don't we consider today to be solely an informational gathering event? If you see something you like, I'll be happy to take the keys, and you can sit inside of it and even take it for a drive. Then when we're done, I'd be happy to give you brochures and pricing to take home and consider during the shopping process." Now, were you looking for a new or used car? What I've just done is eliminated their need to be defensive and moved them to the next step of qualifying them and introducing them to my inventory. I have also essentially responded to their obstacle in a way they're not likely to experience if they go anywhere else to shop. By being unique, different, and inspiring, I've given myself a good chance that the customer will allow me to go forward and will not feel any need to protect themselves from me. They will perceive that I'm there to help them and may in fact choose to make their buying decision that day. Even if they don't do that and they go elsewhere to shop, they're not likely to encounter anyone else who will respond to them in the way that I did. This gives me a good chance that they'll return to me when they do decide to make their vehicle purchase. How you view a customer's initial meet and greet obstacle is critical to achieving a workable sales process. If you see them as confrontational, then you will likely become combative. But if you truly understand them, their fears and their apprehensions, you're more likely to respond in a manner that they will find respectful and beneficial. But keep in mind, I'm still going to try to sell them a car today. Next week, I'll talk about the trial closes and their effect on the customer and the deal.